Hello, world. So, talking about our diet, our physical diet is very important because it affects your vibration. The food that you eat, think of it like this: it's either going to help my body, and if it's not helping my body, it's taking away from my body. It's taking energy away from my body. Let me explain that and the way that I took it. You know, if my body's working to digest and to break down food, it would be a good energy exchange if the stuff that it was breaking down was serving my body and giving my body energy. Now, if I eat a lot of foods that's my body is working and using energy to break down and not getting nothing in return, it makes me weaker. And the more I do that throughout the day, I'm really exhausted. So, with that said, my vibration is affected because of the energy that I've depleted. So, I know that, we eat candy chips. I mean, I do. But I'm saying that to say this: the more that you can eat, we're gonna call it good vibrational food. Food that um, is good energy for you, that has something, whether it's protein, whether you're eating vegetables and it has this in it to help your body and that to help your body. You want to constantly be aware of what goes in because it affects your energy level and your vibration. Hello, world. Now, what's even a bigger what is even more important, they're both important, don't get it twisted, but this diet holds a lot more rank, and that's your mental diet. Being aware, being cautious of what's going in, being cautious and being aware of the attention to the thoughts that's going in. Your mental diet, because if you have a good mental diet, that is the thing that's controlling everything else. So your physical diet will be okay if this mental diet is under control. You know, if your mental diet is intact, you're really careful of what you absorbing. Like food absorbs in the body, you're really careful of what you absorbing in your brain. So having that type of control and working on that mental diet is important. You know, I watching TV a lot destructive in a way, you know. I'm really trying to focus more and not things get my attention more, you know. So that thinking, because focus is what we need more of to be able to focus and lock in on one thing. That's going to make manifesting very easy. It's like, how can you not focus on what you want so much that it doesn't even come into your existence? I've known plenty of people that was like, man, that's all he used to think about was that, and look what it, whether it was unconsciously doing it or not. The whatever you give focus and attention on is going to expand. And when you focus on that on the science level, you collapsing the wave into particles, into physical mass. You're going to collapse the wave down to particles to physical mass, because before it's particles, it's a wave. And you're literally, deliberately doing that by focus and repetition. I've when going on this journey, what helped me quite often is like what was building the discipline. Yes, discipline is what you need. So like if it was something like doing something repeatedly every day, right? And somebody might say, do it 3 times a day. And so at this point, I was already studying and meditating. At this point, I was like, it's time to start getting results. This was a while ago. And so I would literally set my alarm and just practice that discipline and consistency, because I knew that's what I lacked. I couldn't focus on something long enough to manifest it. I mean, before the manifestation, you couldn't focus on nothing long enough. If it didn't happen under your time limit, you gave up on it. You just, well, I better focus on this over here, or I need to focus on something easier, or I need to focus on, man, I know I can't get there. Let me dub down. So that was one of the things I got in control, but I was able to do it because I didn't have no distractions from, mentally, I didn't have no distractions. So all I could do was think about my desires and things I wanted to manifest. So even though the physical diet is great and it's good and you need to be aware of that and drink more probiotics if you can, I started drinking, and I know about the gut and how it's the second brain. That's where my intuition comes from. That's where I have that gut feeling. So I started protecting it in a way, I started like just being aware. It's all about awareness. I started being aware of what was going into my gut, and more of giving my gut the right bacteria for it to function properly. So yeah, Your physical diet is one thing, it's very important. You know, it's very, very important. But with a strong mental diet, you're going to have a strong physical diet anyway. So the more that you can focus, stay in tuned, um, less distractions, you know, get up in the morning without looking at the phone for a while. The more you practice a lot of these things, man, the more it shifts you into a different reality. They talk about reality shifts a lot. And when you start tuning in to the little things, it creates that butterfly effect, to where this little thing that I was doing ended up being a major change in my life. So being aware of your mental diet is going to help you build your attractor factor, immensely. Like, because you're not distracted, you're focused on what you're, and when you're focused, you're picking up good vibes from your intuition. Like, it's going to be some things that gives you a feeling, and you're going to process it and be like, no, 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 no. I played the tape all the way through. Even though that thought came in, it wasn't the one. And then you're gonna be like, oh, yep, this, yeah, why didn't I think of that? Like you were a separate person. And you're gonna feel good about what comes in, and you're gonna be like, yep, that's it, that's what I'm gonna do. So right then and there, you just followed your gut feeling, that intuition, that something is telling you, but only when it makes you feel good without no resistance, then is when you need to act on it. But if you have these downloads come in and they don't make you feel good, like safe, like you feel like something might happen, or you're unsure that it's not the one, you go to. When you're waiting on this download and you're intuitive in your intuition, you wait on that one that gives you that spark. And it's coming. It's gonna come. You're gonna be like, boom, I know it, I got it, I know what I'm doing. Um, yeah, it's gonna be a great feeling. And that's when you act. And the more you act on those, the more you act on that, the more you build that intuition up. And the more you trust it, you know. We are good at overriding our intuition to later on and saying that, something told me not to do that. Something was telling me I shouldn't. That is when you override the gut feeling, because if something told you and that something told you came from this bad vibe that you got, then you just override, you know what I'm saying? So, yes, 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 yes. Your gut and what you take in and how you treat your body is very important. And your mental diet is very important. Saturate your mind. I sat. I can't tell nobody else what to do, but I saturated my mind with teachings, knowledge, and different teachings from people that was on this journey. And yeah, I literally would eat shit, sleep, couldn't wait to get up. I better not have moved my leg in my sleep. Oh, time to get up. I'm on it. You know what I'm saying? I'm on it like ants on a piece of candy. You know, I was on it just every day, but that's really how bad I really wanted this change and understanding of this world that I've been confused by for so long. And I'm just supposed to walk through it and believe it because somebody told me, you know. But when I started, um, well, when you start to eat right, and when I started eating right, it affected the clearing of my brain. Like I was more sharper, and I was very on point with things, and I could remember better. It's like I was, I don't know what you call it, but I was glowing up, blowing up, and yeah, but it started, you know, with my mental diet, then my physical diet, what I took in, the better the quality of the food is, the better the machine functions, the better the quality of oil in somebody's car, the better it's going to perform, the better parts is going to keep the parts lubricated. I'm just saying that the more that you give the body what it needs instead of what it wants, it performs better. Sometimes it's not going to be, oh, it's tasty and everything, but we've been in this world to where things like that matter. I'm so sorry, can't get that phone, but it's over there. So even though we want it to taste good, we gotta weigh it out and say like, yeah, it tastes good, but is it good? It tastes good, but is it good? And the more you become conscious and aware, you start saying like, nope, I'm not getting that soda, I'm getting the juice. Nope, I'm eating fruit today. Or partly. Nope, I'm gonna have a salad and be good. Salads are good. You'll start convincing yourself. Salads are real good. No. And then from there you start experiencing the feeling of what you're doing and how it's making you feel, and that should be the catalyst and propel you to keep doing it and just being aware. I'm not saying like turn into a vegan or nothing, not unless that's what you want, but even, you know, with that it's challenging, but just being aware of what you're taking in your physical diet and what you're taking in your mental diet is going to tremendously affect the quality of your attractor factor, which is going to make it easier for you to manifest. You know, you eat when people like they eat too much bad stuff. They're lazy. They're not lazy. Excuse me. I mean, but they're more tired. They're more exhausted because their body's done so much to process that food, but didn't get nothing back in return. That's just the simplest way is I could put a sort of description on high vibrational foods and low vibrational food. Like it could really get that to where the things you eat makes you feel uncomfortable, and you should eat something and feel energized, you know? So, yeah. But I'm doing this video, testing out this new camera thing, and but yeah, but just to talk about it though, I mean, the more that you are aware of it, the more you're gonna make those conscious decisions. Nope, I'm fit to get a granola bar. You know what I'm saying? And in turn, that's gonna propel you to want to do it even more and more and more and more. And your practice becomes your habits, and you know. So, yeah, both diets are important. Your physical diet and your mental diet. Hello, world.